What is up, guys? My name is Creature Play and welcome to my newest player review video. I'd like to give a shout out to Pancake and Killshot for helping me grab some of this footage. Today I'm reviewing the 99 overall Boss Ultimate Legend LT. 99 speed, 102 excel, 100 carry, 100 elusiveness, 100 juke move, 9 to short pass style, and 11 to ground pound. Some of his other stats in here: 95 catching. One of the big things about him is he's one of the best receivers in the game, which you will see. 89 catch in traffic and 91 route running, which is almost as good as some receivers, if not better. Today is Wednesday, May 4th. Prices will change, but he's going for about 1.9 on PS4 and about 1.85 on Xbox One. So with that, we're going to go ahead and get started. As always, we're going to start off with some dive, just test out his inside skill. I'm going to say, before I get too specific, LT is the best running back in the entire game. I can't be convinced otherwise. It can depend a lot on your playstyle and how you use him. What I really like about him on his inside runs, he breaks tackles behind the line of scrimmage a lot. So I'm kind of trigger happy with my acceleration boost. And if I get caught up on, a lineman, which is my fault completely because his ball carrying vision is out of this world, he breaks tackles behind the line of scrimmage, which bails me out a lot. And a lot of the things that I'm giving him credit for as being, one of the best, because he has the inside game as well as the outside. On the inside, he breaks tackles, which, some of the better running backs really, struggle on the inside. They're not horrible, but, LT actually breaks tackles and still does it on the inside and on the outside. What I like about him on the inside also, you can see right here, that's where he bailed me out from, using that acceleration burst too soon. But he fights for yards and falls forward almost every single time I run with him in the middle. Inside zone is one of those plays, where it's kind of a mixture. You can run outside, you can test the middle. But inside zone is where he shines also, because he's one of those running backs like Gurley and Murray. If he has a lot of open space, he's going to break way more tackles than any other place that he would. He still breaks a lot of tackles in the middle, but if he has that space to get open and start getting his mass moving, that's when he's able to break the most. And as you can clearly see from that last play, he still will break tackles and fall forwards, running up through the middle gaps. Strong toss, best play to test out acceleration and speed. See if they can get around those guys that will get past your blockers, edge out on the outside to see if he can gain anything. He is fantastic at it. Now, I'm going to kind of compare him to that Barry Sanders because that's who I thought was the best running back before I got this LT. And surprisingly, I didn't think it would be that much of a difference, but he is noticeably faster to me than that Barry Sanders. Barry is not slow by any means, but I feel like LT had an acceleration and speed advantage over that Barry Sanders. Screen passing, same thing as the inside zone. It gives him a lot of space to maneuver with, show off his agility. He has the nicest juke in the game. Barry was second, 96 Jamal Charles was number one in my opinion, and this LT beats both of them. And it's noticeable, at least in my opinion, because I do double jukes a lot. And again, as you can see, just screen passes are a great way to show off all three of those things that he's great at: agility, breaking tackles, and spins, etc. So screen passes are something that you should definitely use as a weapon if you pick him up. His carrying was fine. I got hit probably maybe like 10 or so times with hit sticks. He didn't fumble once. He took crazy hits like this one coming up and still was able to hold on to it. So no issue there. Now, receiving. Best running back receiver in the entire game. Marshall Faulk is, supposed to be, one of the better ones, and he's not bad by any means. But the difference between Marshall Faulk and this LT is that LT was making catches that no running back should be catching before. Stuff like this, you see, like, I do this with my wide receivers, and he was catching it as consistently as, maybe like Demaryius Thomas or Amari Cooper. He just, halfbacks should not be catching balls this deep, this far, this consistently. Marshall Faulk was still able to pull this off every now and then, but it was nowhere near as consistently as LT was. LT was able to catch in traffic, he was able to run routes, he was able to send, deep, and this was really, he dropped maybe I'd say like 4 or 5 passes, but they were all stuff like that you just saw. Crazy coverage, getting hit right away. And as if being the best rushing and receiving halfback wasn't enough, he can throw dots. That was like a 40-yard high pass that I threw straight to Gronk, just like that one you saw right there. He was leading passes with no accuracy issues. He was able to put it, like, that was right in between two defenders. It was just a beautiful, look at that. That is insane. He is amazing at every single thing that a halfback can possibly do. He overthrew this one pass, which was really, really horrible. I don't know what, it was probably just a weird glitch, but either way, he's just the total package. Now, getting into my rating system, first, he gets an absolute 10 out of 10 for speed. He is without question the fastest and fastest feeling halfback that I've used all year, acceleration and speed wise. Agility, speaking just on how he maneuvers in and out of holes and just around the field, not including, you know, jukes and spins, he gets a 10 out of 10 as well. It's so smooth and crisp. Juking, absolute 10 out of 10 as well. He has the nicest double juke in the entire game. I can absolutely say now. Now, this kind of sucks because I wanted him to be the first card I gave a perfect 10 all the way down to, but I have to be honest, he doesn't break as many tackles as like Chris Ivory or Marshawn Lynch, which is expected because he's not that type of back, but he is very comparable, which is crazy, especially considering his size. Receiving, I've already said, Marshall Faulk, you know, is number 2 in my opinion, but LT can actually run routes, catch in traffic, and catch balls that wide receivers do very consistently. Carrying, 10 out of 10, not one fumble. So overall, I think he's worth every single coin that you will spend on him. I will say I did get him for only around 1.2. He's gone up, but I mean, if you can grab him, he's absolutely the best running back in the game. Nobody comes even close to him. There are people who are similar, but not as consistent, not as fast. They don't break as many tackles. Like that Barry Sanders, he's just not as well rounded also, but he will be the last running back I use all year without doubt. He does everything and more that I want. He feels the fastest. He breaks so many tackles. He honestly breaks more tackles than that Ultimate Freeze bow. But I mean, he is worth it. I know he's expensive. If he drops in price or if he can save up, I'd say absolutely grab him. As always, thank you guys for watching. Take care.